Yeah. Be fooling with my hair. Just doing what it want to do. I say, if y'all in here, give me a thumbs up or something, because sometimes my counter don't show me everybody in here. So I don't really trust it anymore. If no one's here, I will just wait until more people show up. Oh man, what a day. Whew. Hey there, to the one follower I see. If you in here, you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up, please. Got some impromptu stuff to get into. Oh, I guess not. They left. That's fine. Maybe they're not a follower. I got to stop assuming everybody's a follower, because I know not everyone is. Hello there. How you doing? Welcome in. Boy, oh boy. If you are a person who belongs to the TI community, talkers are spinning out. They up here messing with my electronics. They don't want me to get this truth out, but it's getting out there. I don't believe in coincidences, not in the slightest. But I'm a hold my mule until more people get up in here, because I want to say it once. I don't want to have to keep repeating myself. This stuff happened in real time. I just experienced it. Y'all can hear me. Give me thumbs up. Hey there. How you doing? Johnny, how you doing? What's that? Oh, thank you, baby. Hi, Elise. How you doing? Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. This was not planned at all, but I recognize that just go ahead and get it out in real time. Hello, Crystal Method. Yeah, that's what it says. Hello, hello. Try to give people a few more moments, see who can get in here. I recognize it's, middle of the day for some of us, or evening, wherever you are. This was an impromptu video or live. So I'm sorry for those who might be coming off of work or whatever, but I appreciate that you're here. I really do. Try to give people a couple more minutes to get in here. How y'all doing today? Because I've been having a phenomenal day. I'm in good spirits. Been freaking jamming out all day with my music and stuff. And just enjoying life. Creating, keeping busy. Like I had stated earlier, if you are present, give me a thumbs up. Say hello, something, let me know you're there, because the count doesn't accurately show for me. So sometimes I don't know if, there's a bunch of people in here or not. I've been told on previous lives that I would have more people than what it was showing for me. So just please let me know if you're there or not. Oh, that's good, Crystal. Now I figure I'm about to get into it. This stuff is wild, bro. All right, so I know in this moment, for me, it's showing like there's 3 people in here, but I don't know if that's accurate or if that's true. That's why I'm telling y'all, if you are here, let me know you're here. So that way I can I'm not just sitting here waiting around for more people if there are more people, if that makes sense. But anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and get into it. And I want to go ahead and preface this by saying that if I lose connection, um, it's because them folks up here messing with my internet as we speak. So yeah, just a few moments ago, I had just gotten done filming some audio for an upcoming video that I'm going to be publishing here soon. The video is comprised of the actual video proof of the gang stalking and stuff I've been experiencing and or have experienced in the past. The videos in question are from my past. And you guys will learn more about that when that video gets published. But basically, soon after I got done recording my audio for it, my internet just goes down out of nowhere. And I know to some of you it's like, okay, internet goes down. I'm like, yes. And I have been having like internet difficulties like last week, but actually this week things were pretty solid. It wasn't acting up. And I have Spectrum. I don't know what everyone else has, but they have an app. And oftentimes if they're having any outages or whatever in your area, it'll pop up letting you know that. But these last couple of times that I've had internet troubles, there's been no notifications or anything like that. This is not my first time having this situation happen. But when I completely disconnected from the internet, which was odd because normally it's down, but not completely disconnected, because I'm assuming that's not something that someone can just, or that they, just disconnects everything. And I found out because my son came around, was like, oh, mom, the internet's down again. I'm about to go unplug the modems and the routers and stuff. And I was like, yeah, no, don't do that, because I was in the process of trying to upload my audio for my video. And as soon as that happened, I went ahead and told my son, I said, yeah, I get the feelings because the people up here trying to stop the message from getting out, trying to stop them from being exposed. And basically, I know this because my phone was hot after I got done filming my audio. And that oftentimes happens when people tapping in my stuff. This has happened to me over the last year or so. So I know when people are tapping in and messing with my stuff. Also, on top of that, earlier this afternoon, when I was listening to music on my Bluetooth speaker, someone kept pausing my music. One of the times they paused my music, I could hear their voices. So, and that's a new tactic for me. Like, I have never, as far as I know, I've never experienced that. So that's another reason why it's not too far-fetched for me to believe that they may have also done this. Also, the neighborhood in which I live, literally, there's a guy or a couple of people who have Spectrum trucks, I guess, who work for Spectrum. I'm not sure if the guy in particular that lives down the way from me, if he was the one who installed my family's internet, because I wasn't present when it happened. And it was my husband that was here when he did the install. And there's been some stuff in the past that was going on with our internet. And I had to basically ended up changing our network and all that and password and all that stuff, because it was just a lot of like weird people's devices being connected to my stuff that I'm like, yeah, no one should be connected to my stuff. Even the repair person's phone was still connected, because I guess he used his phone to test to make sure that the internet was hooked up properly, but didn't bother to disconnect his phone. So I ended up doing it myself because my husband, and my kids, they pretty much looked to me to do the tech stuff in the house because that's what I do, among other things. But yeah, back to this current one. I just started talking aloud because most of the time I have like little mini rants when I notice weird shit going on, and I'll just be addressing them through my phone. Like, I know y'all can hear me. I know y'all can hear me. And so I just start talking out loud, and I'm like, y'all can sit here and do all this stuff. I'm like I can't get in my car and go to the nearest like McDonald's or Starbucks or whatever to go access free Wi-Fi. And I said, not only that, I don't have to upload audio with this particular video, but I chose to include it. And this is exactly why I keep stuff separate in case stuff like this happens. But yeah, these folks, they don't they don't want to be exposed. And it's crazy because I originally wasn't going to expose nobody. I was living under this notion like, oh, I want to protect people's privacy. No, fuck that. Because at the end of the day, I'm still here in 2025 dealing with this stuff. I have decided that I'm going to be the person that brings the justice. I'm going to make sure that every last one of these people that are doing this stuff actively, currently, and past, present, future, whatever, I'm going to make sure I expose them. Everyone that encounters me and that's on some fuck shit, your spot about to be blown up. I am encouraging any other TI individuals in the community who have proof of the gang stuff, post that shit. Fuck them. Post it. They don't deserve protection. They don't deserve your respect. They don't deserve peace. They don't deserve privacy. They don't deserve nothing. At the end of the day, you don't owe them anything. And that was my problem because I always try to take the high road. I always try to be the bigger person, so to speak. But I'm like, no, fuck that, because it's a new year. And at the end of the day, I do feel like it's a year of retribution. I do feel like people are getting their comeuppance and or going to. And that's why they're doing all these like last ditch efforts to try to save their ass. But it's like you can't stop what's coming. Because in the grand scheme of things, you did this to yourself. I didn't do anything to you. I've not done anything to none of these folks. At the end of the day, what it also confirms for me is that these are people who are attached to these individuals from the past that I'm about to expose. Somehow, some way, these people all know each other somehow. And I think I have a pretty good idea of how they know each other, but I'm not going to reveal too much. I'm not going to do too much. But I just want y'all to know this is me experiencing this shit in real time. And, and this isn't the only like weird occurrence I've had this week. Monday, my son and I decided to go take an evening stroll behind our little development. And yes, I will note that that's not something I normally do, but I just felt really good. Man, I was like, hey, baby, let's go take a walk. And he was okay, mommy, yeah, let's go do that. We first got out there wasn't a soul out there, at least that I could see. We made it all the way down. Ended up encountering a couple. Didn't initially assume anything about them. Didn't think, that I didn't think nothing. I was just like, okay, two people walk, cool, whatever. One of them even spoke, and I was like, okay, good evening. Kept it going. The whole time I was on the phone with my husband, and my son was on his scooter. So we get down, they end up walking the opposite direction. By the time we got down to the end, we turn around. As we're coming up to an intersection, this car, this Mazda, it was a blue Mazda, comes to the corner of the intersection and just sits there like they're deliberately waiting until I got close to the intersection. And then they proceeded to flash their high beams in my face, even though where I'm on the sidewalk on the other side of the street. Like I was 1, 2, 3, 4 lanes over from wherever they were. And I'm just sitting there like, what the hell? So I flicked them off and I just held it there. I was like, yeah, I'm in this area. I don't give a fuck anymore. Like, y'all, you can't scare me. You can't intimidate me. You can't run me out of what the fuck I pay bills for. Like, what the hell? Like, me and my son are just walking. And yes, I did have camcorder footage on me. I was recording the whole thing. So again, that I will be posting as soon as I'm able to get through it. I will be posting that. That's what I said going forward. I'm posting it all. I don't give a damn no more. Like People gonna learn. You keep fucking around, you're gonna find out. And I'm just that person that's gonna make sure that you get your just due. Because at the end of the day, you should have just left me alone. I know that that's gonna be the message that people gonna have in their mind. Like, damn, I should just left that lady alone. She ain't never done shit to me. Exactly. Because at the end of the day, all I'm doing is trying to live my life. Okay. Y'all okay? If for those of y'all that might be skeptical, okay, it's just people walking. Okay, bet. Back to the story. After the car flashed me, I put up the middle finger. We keep walking down. That same couple I told you that we passed, they had made it all the way to the opposite end of the road, street, whatever. And we're just staring off. And like I said, where I'm at, there's a development being built right behind my house. And then it's just dirt. It's just because I live in the desert. I was going to say, I live in Arizona. I'm just going to put that out there. I live in Arizona. And basically people, where we live is just dunes and dirt and it's nothing. So they just standing back there, just standing. I didn't think nothing of it. I still at that point didn't think nothing of it until there was another couple that showed up on the opposite side of the street walking their dog. Again, didn't assume nothing about them either. Like I was like, okay, another couple, but it was just weird because like I said, when me and my son went out there, wasn't a soul out there. Then all this fuck shit started happening. When my son and I turned around and finally started walking in that direction, there were 2 fucking red fireworks that went off in the air. Remember that because there's another story I'm gonna tell you that brings that all in. So I'm sitting there like, what the hell? Like, what is going on? There was a car that came out of fucking nowhere, out of the dunes area, just gunning it. And I'm like, okay, yeah, like, and that's when I was like, yeah, it's fuckery afoot. Like, there's something crazy going on. There's something just ain't right here. And basically, my son and I, we ended up passing these people again. This time going the opposite direction. And I did kind of get the vibes like maybe they set the shit up because I noticed that homegirl was on her phone when she was down there. And then like when they passed us that again, I'm not going to try to apply that to them because I don't know that to be true. This is just my intuition. Like this is what it makes me connect dots for. And after we passed all that, we are turning the corner, coming home, got home. And we, got home safely. Nothing crazy happened. It is what it is. So remember the fireworks. Well, what was it? July 11th. I think it was last Saturday. My family and I had did a little camp out session in our backyard to celebrate my and my husband's anniversary. We had also went out on a hike that day. There's fuckery that took place out there too, but I digress. Basically, we were watching a movie, having a good time. Weren't bothering nobody. It initially was quiet. Wasn't nobody outside or whatever. Soon as we get out there, get settled real good, all we hearing is cars peeling and flying up and down behind our house and, fireworks being set off. And again, people were popping fireworks out here for New Year's and for Christmas and all that. It's like, okay, I get that. But it did not start until we went outside. Like there was no fireworks or nothing like that going off when we, were in the house that evening until we went outside. And there were just a lot of other things, people honking their horns, and one of my neighbor's dogs all of a sudden just I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like there was nothing out here. There was no one out here. And I get it. These people could just be living their lives too. That's why in the moment I didn't say anything, because I'm like, okay, could just be one of those things. But like I said, the confirmation for me with the fireworks shit is Monday, because I'm like, it wasn't until I turned around and started going in the opposite direction, then they shot off the fireworks. I'm taking that to mean like maybe they're signaling someone like, okay, she's leaving or she's going home or whatever. Like, I don't know. I can't possibly fathom whatever, reasons these people do what the fuck they do. But I do know that they watch everything I do. Case in point, yesterday, just as early as yesterday, I'm being woken up by a street sweeper behind my house. And this isn't the first time that I've dealt with this. And it's not that it's a street sweeper. It's the fact that he literally just hangs out right like where my room is and just sits there idling because it was loud enough that it woke me up. Like I was like, okay, what the fuck? Like what is going on? So I go, I'm checking my patio window. I see as soon as he see me, because it's dark, it's early morning, but I'm assuming that somehow, some way these people are able to watch me through my home. Like I know how it sounds. But I promise you, if you've done any research into Gang Stalker, you know that these devices do exist. Police, military, people like in those positions, they have access to that stuff. Look it up. It is a real thing. I didn't know anything about this stuff until I started experiencing this bullshit. So my whole thing is every time I move, he moved just like that. So I'm like, okay, what the hell is going on? So I started recording, which I got that too. Hopefully, I haven't reviewed the footage just yet, but I put up my camera, and then I'm noticing in the distance, in the development where they're building homes and whatever, there's two trucks sitting there flashing their bright ass lights aimed directly at my patio door. I guess to get a better look at me. So I flicked them off. I just held my finger there behind my blind because I'm like, yes, I see you seeing me. Like y'all ain't got nothing better else to do. Like, bitch, if I want to be out here at 3 in the fucking morning, standing butt booty ass naked in my backyard, I could do that. Me and my family pay rent to live here. Like, who do you think you are to think that you try to control somebody's movements and stuff in their own house, no less? And with the street sweeper in particular, he went by a total of 6 times. And mind you, each time he was on the wrong side of the road. That's my other point. Where I am located, traffic heads in that direction. He was coming up in this direction all 6 times. So, and then there was even a time where he went in the front of my house. So I just went in front of my door and posted up because, again, he was just idling there. And I even was able to hopefully get some footage of him from the front perspective because I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, if you cleaning the street, but why is you keep lingering and tossing up shit around my house? Like, I don't know if it was dirt, dust, or whatever the fuck, because I know people have been talking about this whole what they call smart dust or whatever the fuck. But when I tell you shit was smelling weird most of the day after that, nose itching and all this shit. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know what, if it was something extra that he sprayed or kicked up or whatever. But clearly, I took it to being like, trying to disturb my backyard area so that, or make it uninviting. So me and my family don't go back out there and I guess have another camp out. But joke's on them. I'm gonna keep doing it anyway because in the grand scheme of things, it's my backyard. Like, like it's so weird having people trying to control your movements when you're just literally just living. You're literally just existing. And this shit with the internet is another perfect example that they're trying to control my content and what I share and what I put out. Because I'm not going to sit here and say I've not experienced this before with that, but I never correlated to gang stalkers specifically. I was just like, oh, what a quinky dink. My internet went down. And I didn't think nothing of it. But because of the foolishness that had happened earlier today with my Bluetooth, I automatically put two and two together. And then of course with my phone feeling hot, because for those of you who don't know, that's a tall tale sign that your phone is being monitored or hacked or whatever. And this again is not something that I'm new to. I literally had to give up my old phone, which is just another version of the same phone I have. I had to give up that phone because people was just tapping my shit so heavy. Like every time I try to open apps and shit, it just like it was so bad. And like now, I've been experiencing the same thing with this phone, hearing, buzzing and ringing and shit when I'm trying to make a phone call, or specifically whenever me and my husband speak, like it's echoing and or he like sounds hella low, even though I got the volume up, or sometimes the volume be all the way up, but he still just sound like he whispering and shit. Like all this weird shit, bro. All this weird shit. I'm not an idiot. Like I know what I'm experiencing. And I have never been a person to assume that I would be important enough for people to do shit like that too. So, it's not oh, I'm just crazy and people are doing messing with me. Like, no, like this, I literally just experienced this and I have my son as my witness or my sons as my witness. Like, it's crazy. All because I'm finally going to give these people the spotlight that they so earned. Like, I didn't put these people in this position. They put themselves in that position. They fucked up when they chose the wrong side. That ain't got nothing to do with me. But you bet your ass I'm going to be your downfall. I'm not going to be complicit. I am not going to shut up. I am not going to stop. I am going to expose it because I know that there are others out there who are experiencing the same things or similar things like myself. Your internet or your tech and stuff being tampered with is a tactic of gang stalking. It is not something new. And it's not, I'm not sitting here making it seem like, oh, I just discovered. Like, no, I know it exists. I know it happens. And prior to me experiencing this stuff personally, I was one of those clueless people. Oh, I didn't know stuff like that happens. I didn't know anybody could just, tap your Bluetooth and all. Like, yeah, I was like some of y'all. That really happens? Like, oh, I didn't know that. But when you start experiencing the shit, like, yeah, you find out real quick, like this stuff really happens. And so when all of that started popping off of my electronics, I just kept saying, I'm like, you know what? This is a perfect time to go live because it's fresh. It literally just happened, probably about 15, 20 minutes ago at this point. And this is a way for me to show people in real time, like, I really wish I could make this shit up. Like, it's I do not think I'm that important of a person in terms of, deserving all this crazy attention or whatever, but it's just really it's aggravating, it's sad, it's just not like fun, and it's not funny to me because I'm not bothering anyone. That's what that I highly know who I suspect, but they're not at this point, like I said, I don't want nobody apologies. Don't nobody come and say shit to me. Make it right with your maker. Don't but when it come to me, you don't say shit to me, but don't also play in my face like you're a friend when we all know when I know that you're a foe. Because at the end of the day, the way people navigate and move around me, especially in the area I'm in right now, is so telling. Like, these people can't hide their disdain for me over the lies that they've been told about me because nobody has approached me and just asked me about whatever it is that they've heard. That's how you know it's a hive mind, group think mentality. No one has a critical thinking skill or ability to save their fucking life. And then when I get on here and call it out, well, see, she's crazy. Baby, I wouldn't, the person that I am, I would not be here talking to you about it if I didn't experience it. I am not an attention seeker. I'm not an attention whore. All I want is my peace. All I want is to be left alone and just to be in my solitude. So for people to, make those type of assumptions, I'm like, yeah, that might apply to others, but that don't apply to me. Because if this was any other day or any other thing, I would have just, oh, no big deal. Just like how I just sat here and gave y'all all these other examples of what I've experienced this week and a little bit last week alone. Whereas normally I would have just sat on this information and just, oh, what can I do? I can't do nothing. I can't stop them. I can't prove it. No, I'm not taking that anymore. I'm not taking that approach. That whole feeling of that, I'm over that. I'm over it. In the grand scheme of things, no matter what happens, this information will get out. So whether they're listening even in this moment, because that's another thing I noticed too. Like I said, they working on a development behind me. These people oftentimes be blasting and blaring music, and not that I have a problem with that because I'm an audiophile. I love music myself, as I probably demonstrated to them today. But as soon I notice is every time I start recording, it's like everything get all quiet. But then as soon as I'm done, then I start hearing all the music and all that stuff again. Like, baby, y'all so obvious. And that's what's so crazy to me is because like I'm not I'm not trying to hear or notice these things, but it's just like it happens so much. It can't just be coincidence, you know? Same thing with people, animals going off. As soon as I move certain areas throughout my house, like I'm telling you, I hope that the video that's coming to y'all soon, that it helps y'all to really put into perspective, and to see that I'm not making this shit up. I really wish I was that creative to make up all these scenarios. Like, I'm a creative, but I ain't that damn creative. Like, these people be doing some shit I would have never thought would be like a torture method, like for folks. Cause I'm like, bro, what? Like, for what reason? I was working in my garage most of the morning, applying decals to my car. And I swear, within the first 5 minutes of being, now I'm hearing people dragging their trash cans or, and it's like, these people don't be out here messing with their trash cans. I have neighbors that specifically and deliberately leave their trash cans in the road. They never remove them. But all of a sudden, as soon as I'm in my garage, now you moving your trash. Come, come on. Come on. Like, get real. Me and my family, we pull our trash cans out and we pull them in. Or my son, I should say, my oldest son, he does that. That's his job. And we don't just leave it out there because we just don't do that. I guess that's cool here in Arizona, but where I'm originally from, that we don't do that. And for good reason too, because people should be hitting your trash can and shit and don't even care, and then you without a trash can. Like, I don't know. But I had to get on here and I had to share this in the moment. Because like I said, my day, outside of all these things has like, I'm not mad, I'm not angry, I'm not upset. I do is laugh because they are working overtime to keep me shushed up. But they still don't know who I am, even though I keep telling them who I am, and they still don't believe me. I guess they still are taking my kindness for weakness. And I know it's not unheard of for people to underestimate folks because, you know, people look at me, and of course the way I look, I'm not, exceptionally fit or in shape and all this stuff, and people just assume like I'm just a pushover. But it's like, baby, if you knew the rage that's in this little body, you would really think twice. And that's not even like trying to be an intimidator or whatever. Like, no, I'm just saying, like, you never know what someone's capable of. And you can only push someone into a corner for so long until they come out swinging. Like, and that's how I feel, that's what I feel like I'm doing with releasing these videos and stuff. Like, this is me swinging back. Like, I'm done being the punching bag for no fucking reason at all. Like, no, I'm swinging back. I'm coming, like I told y'all in a previous live, I'm coming for everything that is mine in 2025. I meant it. I meant every fucking word that I said. I don't know how else to show people that I'm not playing than to just show them. I'm done talking about it. I'm just gonna show them, and they can be mad. They can feel how they want to feel, but I guarantee you, it's gonna be a little harder to call me whatever they've been calling me, or to continue spreading lies about me when people start seeing how they act and how they navigate. Because the sad thing about it is, these people that are doing this stuff have families. These people that are doing this stuff are, supposed to be upstanding models and citizens in society. They're the people who are working at our hospitals, in our military service, in our, our police, our government officials, our politicians. And it's like, but y'all really think y'all can do shit like this on the side of folks, and that no one's gonna find y'all just because of the position you hold? Like, maybe in the past, but I don't know about y'all, but I get the sense that something new is a brewing. Like there's a different energy that's percolating throughout the world right now. Motherfuckers is getting caught up with their karma. Motherfuckers is getting caught up with all the little sneaky, freaky little deeds that they done. People is finally getting exposed. And I guess, reluctantly, I done become a part of that tribe that's doing the exposing because I have been down long enough. I've taken enough of these people's crap. And, I guess it's going to take for people to start getting their livelihood taken from them or shoot, them getting taken up out of here. Not by my hands, but I'm just saying, like, when you put stuff out like that, you don't know who might see that and who might have a problem with it and who might want to go do something about it. I'm not encouraging that. I'm not telling anyone to go attack nobody or do none of those things. But at the end of the day, I can't control people. Because clearly, if I could, all this, I wouldn't be dealing with this stuff. Point blank, period, at all. But here I am. I'm just in my house, minding my business, doing things to keep me happy and keep me sane. Which isn't hard because again, I'm naturally a happy-go-lucky person. Like it's not hard for me to choose peace and happiness. Like I value that over any and everything these days. For a good reason. Because when you got so many people trying to play in your energy and play in your face all the damn time, it's like, bro, y'all, if y'all don't go sit y'all ass down somewhere, like go read a damn book. Go work on your business plan. Go do something constructive. Like instead of sitting here hating on somebody that's doing all those things. Now I'm saying I've spent most of my day furthering my what's what I'm looking for? Furthering my projects and taking care of some things. Again, I don't live a super glamorous life. Like I'm just a regular Douglas smuggler throat like everybody else. I get up, gotta make breakfast for my kids. We get, they get their school day started. I'm still working on my various projects, reading my books. I'm up here because I always got like at least 5, 10 different projects going at one time. Don't judge me. That's just that's just I'm not a person that like yeah, I'm home, but and just lazing about. I'm not saying I ain't above that either, but most of the time I'm doing something constructive. You don't get to where I am in terms of sitting, being at home and sitting in your space without, okay, I got to get my ass up and do something. Cause that's just the type of person I am. Like, I like to keep my hands busy because it keeps this busy and it keeps me from doing the devil's work. But clearly the folks that, continually want to come after me or come at me, they're not keeping themselves busy enough. They're not occupying their minds enough. They're not occupying their space. And I do recognize that there's possibly a financial incentive with gang stalking and maybe it's a lucrative business. Maybe it's more lucrative than I anticipate. I don't know. Shoot, if some of y'all is gang stalkers, go ahead, drop in there. Let us know how much y'all making to stalk people. Shoot, look, maybe I'm in the wrong business, huh? Nah, see, I can never lower myself to do stuff like that because at the end of the day, like I'm just not that interested in other people. If I'm being completely honest, I'm just not. And the most of the stuff that I do notice and observe is only because I'm in this position. If I wasn't a TI, I wouldn't have been paying attention to none of these folks the way I got paid attention to because I even said that yesterday. I'm like, if y'all stop watching me, I'll stop watching you. You see how that work? I wouldn't have to watch y'all and keep my head on the swivel if y'all just bag back. You know what I'm saying? And just move around. Leave me alone. And I know for some it might be like, oh well, they're not physically doing things, so you just ignore it. I'm like, baby, I've been ignoring this ish for going on 3 years now. I've been doing my best to just keep it pushing. People do little sick shit. Oh, okay. May have a rant or two at home in the privacy of my home and then move the fuck on. I've been doing that for, like I said, going on about 2, 3 years. But when does it stop? I don't know if y'all heard that. See? Dog. Whereas most of the time, I ain't never heard that dog as much as I hear him now when we first moved out here. Ever. See? He going off now. I ain't making this shit up. These folks, they don't care about nobody or nothing. That's why I'm encouraging y'all who are experiencing the same thing, post your stuff. You got videos of these people, post them. One, so people can know who they are and that somebody somewhere gonna make sure something get done about it. And even if not, it'll be a record, it'll be a paper trail. So if people start getting enough exposure doing this stuff, they won't be able to refute it. They won't be able to deny it because it's, it's that whole like, I guess I don't know. Again, I don't know how the shit work because I ain't a part of it. But there might be specific people who get assigned to certain folks or some shit. And, based on how many times a day they see them or see their clothes or what they're wearing. Like, like I said, I don't know what the incentives are. I don't. I don't got nothing to do with that. This is just stuff that I've either come across or have read about, or other TIs have told me what they learned or whatever. Like that's it. That's all I got. I haven't been that super invested. If anything, I've been trying to gear my mind off the gang stalking stuff because like I stated with my channel, I didn't intend for my channel to just completely be consumed with gang stalker content. And that's why in the beginning I told you guys why I wasn't going to be posting stuff like that, because I didn't want to give any energy to it. I didn't want to give light to it. But I recognize now, I'm like, that's not me giving energy to it. If anything, it's me taking that energy that they're shooting at me for evil and me transmuting it and turning it for good. So what they set up to mean for bad, I'm taking it and using it and setting it up for good, because I truly do want to help people in this community. I truly do want people to feel safe. Like, can we bring back just common sense and common decency in the world again? Like, can we make that great again? Can we make it great again to go back to just minding your business? If somebody ain't messing with you, if they choose to just stay to themselves and be quiet and be in the corner, can we just go back to respecting choice to want to have that boundary? You don't know what that person may have endured or gone through, why they are like that. I'm one of those people. I have gone through a lifetime of people coming at me sideways, and it didn't become an issue for folks until I put boundaries up, until I started saying no to folks. Now, oh, she crazy. Oh, she got a problem. Oh, she got an attitude. But as long as I was allowing people to mistreat me, play in my face, and talk to me any kind of way, nobody had a problem with that. That's how you know you're dealing with narcissists. That's how you know you're dealing with energy vampires. That's how you know you're dealing with gang stalkers, people who have no respect for other people's boundaries, their peace of mind, none of that. But if you turn around and do the same ish to them that they're doing to you, they wouldn't be able to take it. That's why they do what they do, because they are weak. That's why it takes so many of them. Because let's be for real. Let's be 100% transparent. If I was truly a weak individual, why does it take so many people to just drag little old me down? I mean, metaphoric speaker, we all know I'm not little. That's another thing. I don't have no delusions about what I look like. I know what I look like, darling. That still ain't stop shit. It ain't stopped me from getting the love of my life. It ain't stopped me from getting the life that I live. None of that. So let's, just go ahead and put that out there. But if I was weak, why do so many people feel the need to try me? Men, women, children, like freaking elders I'm dealing with. Is crazy. Like that's how you know these ain't, we're not dealing with people no more. These are spirits. These are entities that are in these people who just, they get irritated by my light, but drawn to it at the same time. Like, like you can admire my light, you can admire how I am without making it weird. That's what I'm saying. Like if people were just like, hey, I like your style, and then still I can rock with that. But trying to come in my face and trying to seem like you like me, but really hating my guts. But then in private, you sitting here trying to copy my mannerisms, trying to get the same wardrobe I got, which again, I don't wear nothing fancy. Like, look, I think it's a little Walmart, little athleisure wear shirt, nothing special. Like, I don't wear name brands like that. I don't wear a lot of jewelry. Like, this is the most jewelry, I swear to God, this is the most jewelry I've ever worn in my life. Like, real jewelry. I don't got no fake nails. This is my real hair. Yeah, I did put some lock sprinkles in here for the first time, and I think it came out really good. Y'all let me know what y'all think. But this is just me. Look, no makeup, no fake eyelashes. Just exactly how the Most High made me. And it's still just like, I don't understand what the problem is. Like, what's the problem? You know what? I'm lying. I do, and the problem is because these people want what's in me, but they can't have that. Like, it's not what I wear and all that stuff. It's who I am. And they know that there's an anointing on my life. They know that I'm protected. Like, for so long, I could never see my own light about myself. And because I always took the interactions I would have with people, especially when they're negative, I would always like internalize it, like, oh, yet another person telling me there's something wrong with me. And I'm like, well, nothing new. But I still would wonder, like, well, what the fuck did I do to people that they still, just feel like it's okay to just disrespect me all the time when I would be nothing but kind to them? That's the part that I never would understand. And I'm like, well, I was taught, you treat people how you want to be treated and you be respectful. They should be respectful in turn, but that's not how shit would always go down for me. I would sit here and bend over backwards for some folks, and it just was never enough. But now, like, no, I don't care. Like, I respect, value, and love myself too much to allow the disrespect to continue. If you don't like me, baby, that's fine. I don't care. Okay? I'm not here to be liked. All that, popularity bullshit in high school. Some of y'all still living high school days. All right. This whole thinking that, oh, you the cool kid because you got a bunch of idiots that run in the same pack as you and doing all this immature, stupid shit. Like, these is grown ass folks most of the time that I'm dealing with. Like, y'all all old enough to know better. Every last fucking one of you. No more than me. But yet, I still feel like I got to sit here and school people. Like, I'm your grandma or grand. It's just, it's annoying, And I've always been one of those people who hates to have to tell grown people about themselves. But I recognize that I got blessed with that talent for a reason. It's not one I like to flex often because it oftentimes makes people have to self-reflect, and they get mad because they can't even fight what I tell them because they know it's the truth. I've always been able to have that ability on folks, even when I wasn't trying to call people out on their bullshit. And it's like, just seeing me just triggers that in people. They instantly start thinking about all the shit they're not doing right because they see the way that I live my life. And it's just sad because it's like, I'm not doing these things to hurt anybody. I'm just living my life. I'm sorry. But I appreciate y'all letting me come on here and share this with y'all. Like, I know this too will pass. Still might be some time before all this stuff is said and done, but I do believe that it's coming to a close. I've already claimed it for this year. Like, I set my manifestations for this year well before the new year. I did my burnings, my personal readings. Shout out to Miss Shavi Zane, because I am an avid watcher of hers. If y'all are into tarot in any way, check her out. Like, lady is the truth among many others that I watch. Like, everyone who belongs to the chosen slash TI community, I swear to God, we all been on point lately with our messages. That's how I know like we're all connecting on a, what is it, on like a telepathic level, like we're all feeling the same thing. And just about everyone's been saying the same thing, like, yeah, this year is gonna be one for the record books. And that's how I feel. Not because I know any secret knowledge or whatever. It's the feeling that I have. Is intuition. That's what I just keep calling. That's what I feel. But thank y'all again. I just want to post my damn videos. That's it. Without interruption. That's it. Like, y'all go. Lord, I really wish some people parents would have hugged them more when they was kids. Like, that's how it make me feel. Like, damn, y'all out here acting like this towards me because y'all see how loving I am and how kind I be to my kids and my husband and stuff. You know, for those who are actively where I am. Like, is that why y'all acting like this? Really? Which thank you, from Carmen Dummer. I'm sorry. I got so caught up. I wouldn't even pay attention, but hey, I love y'all. Like y'all get me. And even, for those who don't, you stick around long enough, you'll start to see. I'm a stand-up person. Like I am not innocent by any means, but I'm also not an evil person. I don't walk around this world trying to do evil shit to people. Oftentimes, if people get the ugly side of me, it's because they earned it. It takes a lot in the grand scheme of things to get under my skin. And I think that's the reason I've gotten this far, because I just, like I said, I just would, okay, cool, they did that, okay. And I know me being who I am and being in Aquarius, we oftentimes get like a bad, like, oh, we're cold hearted and we don't care about nothing. Like, no, it's not that. I just know better than to let nonsense push my buttons or let me like make me blow up all the time. Like that would be so exhausting if every time something happened, I'm just like spinning out and crashing out. And like I said, I found myself in that mental state back in like 2022, 2023, where like I said, they got close, but I was able to reel myself back in like I always do. I keep rising back from the ashes like a phoenix. That's why I called you guys that. For those of you who are my subscribers, that's why I call y'all that, because y'all got that same ability and power just like me. You're a strong individual. That's why they come at us the way that they come at us. But I think they done forgot about the story of David and Goliath. And, so many other characters and or people in those scriptures who had to stand up against mass numbers of enemies and foes and still got their behind tossed up. Because when God is for you, nothing, and I do mean nothing, can hurt you. As long as you're doing what you're supposed to do, nothing will ever disrupt what you got going on. Nothing will ever touch you. And that's where I am. I know nothing can touch me. They can do what they want on this 3D plane. They can do whatever they want. But up here, you can't touch me. I done transcended this ish so long ago. Like, I don't know, shoot, just 2018, 2019, 2020, them years is where I really woke up to a lot of this stuff. And I'm like, man, this earth really is ghetto. Shout out to Miss Aaliyah Sheffield. Like, I love her freaking music. Hey, to my community, y'all, please listen to that lady. Support that lady, because she ain't never done nothing but speak nothing but the truth in all her songs. Like, earth is indeed ghetto. It is. And I want to leave. I'm trying to get out of here. But it's like, what's that other song talking about? Every time you try to leave, something keep pulling me back. Like, that's how I feel. I keep trying to rise high and keep my energy high, and this little bullshit just keep trying to, oh, where you going? Bring your ass back down here. Like, no, I want to stay down here with y'all. Y'all ghetto. Y'all immature. You need to grow up. But they'll look at me and say those things to me, and I'm like, baby, I'm as grown as I've ever been. I am a big ass kid, and I'm so glad that I don't take this life that seriously, because then I'd be you. Talking about them, not y'all. But I'm saying, like, none of this stuff is really all that serious in the grand scheme of things. That's it. I know, look, I know I said I was going to sign up, but god dang it, like, stuff need to be said. Shoot. My husband is right. I got to be heard. Because I just, I don't talk about this stuff enough. I really don't, in the grand scheme of things. But I guess that's going to change this year. Shoot, prepare to be sick of me. Ain't that how that meme or whatever go? Prepare to be sick of me. Because I swear to God, I'm going to be on they ass as soon as it happens. I ain't letting it pass my hands. I ain't sitting on it. They fuck up and do some shit within the week. It's going to be posted within the week. You fuck up and piss me off really wrong, it's going to be posted within the same day, within a few hours. Act up. Please do. Because I'm going to just post it. No explanation, no nothing. I'm posting it. I'm snitching on everybody who coming at me and mine sideways. I'm not holding this stuff no more. Y'all keep trying to like, nah. You got to sit in that. You did that shit. Don't try to put that on me. No. Tired. I'm tired. Whew. I feel better now. Thank y'all for listening again. I know I said that already, but thank y'all. I really mean it. That's why I emphasize shit, because I really mean it when I say it. I don't feel like enough people do that anymore. Most people be walking around here like the world owed them something. I know don't nobody owe me a damn thing. Y'all didn't owe me y'all attention that y'all done sat here and gave me all this live. Y'all ain't owe me none of that. But you showed up and you gave me your attention anyway. And I appreciate the hell out of that. Thank you. Because you didn't have to do it. You didn't, but you did. And I'm glad that you did. At the very least, I hope you got a good laugh out of my live. If we can't do nothing else for each other, hey, we got to keep laughing to get through, because this bullshit, I'll tell you, like they really want people to like put themselves in jail over this shit. Like, I'm not finna lose my freedom for you, dummy. Like, I'm not doing that. I keep saying that. I'm like, none of these people is worth my peace, my freedom, my time, my happiness. They're not worth it. But doesn't mean I can't oblige them here and there. And that's how I feel, with posting this upcoming video. Like, yeah, those people who participated back then, they earned it. So why not let them get their just reward? Who am I to stand in their way? That's what they wanted. They wanted exposure. So give them the exposure. 1 + 1 = 2, so they say. So why not just give them what they want? Give the people what they want. They can't have me, of course. Can't have my soul. You can't have my life. Sorry. Like, I'm going to stick around as long as I'm supposed to be here. Period. So, y'all can continue to fight amongst yourselves, or which one of y'all think y'all going to be able to get me to react or get me to crash out and do something to y'all. Like, baby, y'all going to be in that fight with y'all selves for a long time. Y'all really don't know me well. You really, really don't. I'm not easily moved. I'm a bit stubborn, if I'm being completely honest. Like, I move when I want to move. Kind of like a cat. Like, how, you try to call a cat and cat like, nah, fuck you, nigga. I'm cold. Excuse me. I'm comfortable. I ain't coming over there. They come when they want to. And that's how I am. I do and go where I want to go, come talk to who I want to talk to when I want to, in my own time, not on anybody else's time. I really wish people would get that. But people have this weird ass like fixation on trying to control me. Like it really grinds their gears when they see how free I live my life. I don't live by a lot of the same societal rules that, most folks do. But again, I'm not saying that to rub that in anybody's face or making fun of anybody or whatever. I'm just saying, like, I recognize my privilege in the lifestyle that I lead. But I'm not out here trying to make people feel bad. 'Cause, ha ha, I live like I live and you gotta do that. Like, no, like I have nothing but respect for those people who get out there and grind and have to do what they gotta do. I salute you. Cause I couldn't. I shoot, for one, nothing keeps my attention long enough. I'm always on to the to the next thing. Like I can't do it. I done been there, done that. It didn't work out. It didn't work out. So I finally have embraced living my life how I want for now. Because even this, where I am right now, is not where I'm probably going to be in the next 5, 6, 7, 8 years. So I'm trying to enjoy it while I can. That's it. That's all. Loving my family, loving life, living life on my terms, not nobody else's. That's it. That's it. And I encourage you all to keep doing the same. Let them crash out. Like, I ain't got nothing for them. But I will go ahead and just open up if anybody got any encouragement or recommendations, or you got something you want to share. How y'all doing? You heard how I'm doing. How y'all doing? Y'all doing all right? And if you're not doing all right, I hope it gets better for you. I really do. Just keep vibing high. Keep going in within. Don't let these people make you, lesser than yourself. Don't let nobody take you out of your character. And I'm saying, me being sporadic like that, this is my character. This is how I've always been. Always. If anything, I feel like it's been more so since I've gotten older because I just stopped giving a fuck. Like, who cares? Oh, she's weird. Yep. Sure am. I'm not normal. But yeah, let's see. I'm good. Thank you for asking. Great. I'm glad to hear that. Shoot. I'm glad somebody having a decent day. That's right. We treading on them stakes for sure. Like, too bad. Do you want to fit in? Me? Absolutely not. Because I wasn't meant to. I done been there, done that. I tried to do the whole fitting in thing. It never worked for me. Like I said, you saw what I told you. I was up there trying to people please and which I forgave myself for when I didn't value myself enough because I thought I had to be a lesser version of myself to be in people's, space, or at least that's how they would make me feel. But I know better. So I've done better. Yeah, that's true. Being chosen is not easy. Cause again, it's not. I'm saying when people say chosen, oftentimes it's not because I dove myself with that title. Literally, my life story points to me just being the embodiment of that word. Like the things that I've encountered, the things that I've gone through, the things my family has gone through. Like any lesser person wouldn't have survived. Like for real, for real. But I've never once in my life thought I was something special. Like if anything, most of my life I thought I was a dummy. I thought, I wasn't intelligent. I thought I, wasn't awesome because the people around me would constantly reinforce that with me, or any of my flaws they would amplify. So that's why it was easy for me to believe that. And unfortunately most of those people were family members. But I recognize that they are, or that they were, like more so narcissists. And that was before I even knew what that was. That's just like before I learned what a black sheep was. Like my therapist, when I had started going to therapy way back in 2018, was the one telling me like, yeah, it sounds like, or not black sheep, scapegoat. She was like, yeah, it sounds like, your family's made you the scapegoat. And I was like, scapegoat? Like, what's that? Even though what's crazy is growing up, I would tell them all the time, like, y'all make me feel like the black sheep. I was up there using that euphemism and I didn't even know what it meant. I was just going off of the little childhood storybook where, all the white sheep made fun of the black sheep because he wasn't white. But it turns out he was the most special one of them all. I had no idea. And like I said, my therapist is the one who confirmed that for me. So Ashley didn't just dub herself that title. I have never been a person to walk around here thinking I'm all that in a bag of chips. Not at all. I just do what I do, and I do what I know I can do. That's it. And I'm sorry if, some of my gifts make people feel insignificant. That ain't me. That ain't on me. That's the insecurity you got to work on yourself. You have to ask yourself, well, why when I see this person just living there, like, why does that make me so mad? Like, yeah, really, you really should investigate that and stop projecting, because that's what it is a projection. It says, I'm glad you have a loving family and home now. Yeah, no, my family is my freaking backbone. They literally are my reason for being here, literally and figuratively. Otherwise, like I said, I would have been beamed up out of this place at the first inconvenience. They tether me here. Otherwise, I'd probably be in the clouds somewhere, if I'm being completely honest. Thank you. You too. If you guys made it this far, thank you. And I'm going to keep saying it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Because I mean it. I didn't intend to be on here this long, but seeing as I didn't post at my scheduled time this week because, again, fuckery. But I'm also recognizing that I think I'm going to have to get a little more unpredictable with stuff like that, just because, as I shared with y'all, when I sit here and try to coordinate stuff and people know when I'm going to post stuff, then all this stuff just magically starts happening with my devices and electronics and stuff. So I just, yet another hurdle I'm going to have to figure out how to get over, but I'll figure it out. I always do. No, like, yeah, that's true. It's not just you. I promise you. Out here than we believe. I was in your freaking shoes. What was that? 2023, like mid 2023. I was like, bro, like, why it's like nobody could see this? Why it's like nobody, like, nobody see none of this? And then when and if you call it out to people around you who, aren't tapped in, so to speak, oh no, they're not doing it. They're just walking their dog, or their kids run across everybody's yard. No, just like, bro, like, come on now. No, you see this mess. And oftentimes people like that are the ones that's in on it too. That's why they do that. That whole gaslighting stuff, like, just to fuck with your head. Like, nah. And it's crazy because it really does make you, for those of you, I know y'all can't see the comments, but person's talking about, being able to put together everything that's going on around you. And that's literally what I do. Like, I'm able to see situations, and maybe not in that moment. I may not be super fixate on it, but as my day winds down, and if I continue to experience stuff, then I'm like, okay, once you might get a pass, but 2, 3, 4 times I'm getting different people doing the same stuff or making the same comments or phrases or what. Come on now. I'm not boo-boo the fool. Like, I'm smarter than I probably look, because I think a lot of people tend to underestimate me in that department, and my intelligence, because I've literally had people underestimate my intelligence, and they they would find out like, oh shit, she know more than she lets on. And sometimes that's intentional, sometimes it's not. I don't just be out here tooting my own horn for the sake of it. Like I'm not a person that deals in my ego. I don't need nobody to stroke my ego. I don't give a fuck about how people or places or society perceive me. I am who I am. I show up how I want to show up. That's it. Skin walk. No, they do. Like I'm this is my last thing. I'm gonna get off here because Lord knows this. I've been on here so long, but I believe you are right on that, Karma the Dharma, because I literally just saw NLE Choppa has a page called Awaken Choppa on YouTube or whatever, and I was like, wait a minute. I'm like, isn't he a rapper in the industry? And ironically, the video that he was talking about that he had passed a humiliation ritual, and but I guess was I didn't watch the whole thing. I'm just be honest with you, but I had read the title and I immediately clicked and I was like, wait a minute. I know for a fact he's a celebrity and he's into that scene. So seeing him post that, I was like, how long has he had this channel? And I guess he's had it for quite some time. But I know from a brief amount of the comments I saw, people were like, yeah, you can't be working for the devil and serving God on the side. Like you're gonna have to pick a side. And I couldn't help but feel the same because I'm like, wait a minute, I'm like, since when do people just sit up here and actively just talk about the secret things that people have alluded to with them, so I'm trying to say without saying it, if you don't, go do some research. That's all I can tell you. But I just thought that was so odd. And I've been seeing more and more of it, like talking about Denzel Washington got baptized and he's a preacher now. And I'm like, yeah, something's going on. Them people know something. I'm like, y'all don't spend all this time living for self, living the good life, so to speak. And now all of a sudden, everybody trying to find Jesus and God and nah. I think like you said, Karma the Dharma, people know that their time is coming to a close. That's what I'm saying. That's just the energy I get. I mean, I was tapping into that before seeing all these tall tale signs. And of course, there's many other things taking place right now that you and can see it. That's what I said. For those who can see it, you see it. It's face. Like you're only blind to it if you want to be. It's so clear you can't deny it that something is changing, something is happening. And I do feel like it's more on a spiritual plane. It's not necessarily physical just yet, but it is, you can it's almost like it's or what's the word I'm looking for? It's almost like you can just touch it. It's like right there, but we still not there yet. And what's crazy is I'm like, bro, it's just January. It's just January. And all this stuff is going on. Like hey, I'm just making observations. I don't want nobody to think I'm no prophetess or anything. I don't claim none of that. I've always had inklings, intuitions, or I know it has a name. What's it called? Was it Claire Cognizance? Claire Cognizance, I think it is, or something like that. I've just always been able to just know things and not necessarily know how I know these things. And shoot, I don't had situations where I scared myself with some of the stuff I was able to predict or just inherently knowing, and it happened. And I'm like, oh shoot, like I'm sitting here looking at myself like in the mirror, like, girl, how you knew that? I'm like, I don't know. I just been spiritually aware and attuned from a very young age, actually. Typically it was just a sense about people, but now it's growing. It is a muscle I've been trying to flex more. I don't know. Maybe that's why I'm able to, spot the bullshit with the gang stalking stuff the way that I am, because I can see through people's motives and their intent. Like I know when someone is means me well and means me harm. It's just it's it's just one of those things I've just always been able to tap into. And the old me used to ignore that gut feeling and sensation, and would bite it and choke it down because I wanted to be liked and I wanted to, not call people out on their BS. But now, like, no, I can't. I would be lying to myself. I'd be denying myself of, you know, being able to walk in my truth. Like I can't dumb myself back down to that. It's that whole, like, once you have woken up, you can't just go back to sleep. Once you know what you know, you can't come back from that. Like that's how I feel. Like I know what I know. I can't help that I know it, but I know it. And I don't want to go back to not knowing. Like I've always been a person, I prefer the truth. I don't care how hard of a truth it is. Like I'd rather have the truth than be lulled to sleep by lies. That's just me. A tarot card story. No, ironically, I do have tarot cards. Like um actually, it was my husband that got me my first deck, or actually, he's got me my both of my little decks. Um, the funny thing is, I never saw myself being someone into tarot. Of course, coming from the religious background, I have been in. Um, of course, that was deemed evil and blah blah blah. But again, me knowing what I know, it's like no, none of it's evil. It's like it's just confirmation of the things that oftentimes we already know, and or it's a way for ancestors, et cetera, to communicate with you or talk with you, um, etc. But no, it's not evil. Like that's what I'm saying. These are people who are still on a lower vibration. But I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna have to shoot. Yeah, y'all let me know. Should I do another live or video talking about that type of stuff? Because most of the time I don't talk about that type of stuff because I try to gauge people and see, what they're into, because I know what I'm into. I'm into a lot of deep stuff. So it's like it's a lot of the times stuff I talk about is like heavy, and I recognize not everybody want to address and talk about the heavy stuff. So if you guys are interested in that, I can definitely talk about that and how I got introduced to it. And, and I do use my cards intermittently, but I don't live my life by my cards, if that makes sense. I've never, it's like I appreciate it, but I don't feel like that's my gift, if that makes sense. Like there's some tarot readers that I personally watch. I'm like, they have a gift for it. Like they are truly tapped in my opinion. Um, but with shout out to them, it's like one of them's like Linda, was it Linda Likes Tarot, Shavi Zane, Justice, which his channel is titled, I think, The Son of God. And their intuition about things, just from their like general readings, top tier. Like I be sitting there sometimes like, how the flip they know my life? Like they up here watching me. And that's just on general readings. That's, and I do intend to want to reach out to some of them if I can to get a personal reading. I don't even want to know what that is going to reveal, because their generals reveal a lot to me. But yeah, I feel like they are truly gifted. Like that's their calling. Um, but yeah, so shout out to them. And again, anyone else who is in that realm, shout out to you guys, because I feel like that's a true talent. Like most of the time I just be up here just trying to get my words pieced together, because my mind is typically running faster than my mouth. So that's why sometimes I stumble on my words or I repeat myself or whatever, because it's like I'm the type of person, I could be sitting here thinking out the most eloquent of speech, but then when it comes out, because my mind is just um and I know, some people might be like, oh, see, she's not as smart as she acts. I'm like, no, I really am. I just, most intellectuals are eccentric. Look back in time, all the quote unquote greats that they highlight in the US were eccentric. They had their little special qualms about them. And I'm no different. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me see. I'm not saying read for us or YouTube. When I look at the cards, I can't put in the words all I feel. Well, shoot, I say keep working at it, because just like with anything with the spiritual, you keep practicing at it, you will eventually figure it out. Because that's how I felt with the cards originally. I didn't feel as big of a connection as, like, say, my husband, because my husband, I feel like he has more of a natural gift towards it now, than I did, or then, excuse me, than I did when we first got into it. But shoot, I find myself referencing my cards more than he does now. But he actually likes the study of the cards and like the different meanings and the different additions and versions and all that. Like, whereas me, I'm just like, okay, I'm just trying to remember what each card means. So very novice when it comes to tarot. Runes. I've never rune. Is that like a is it like a stone or something? The runes? Oh yeah, I know Linda uses shells. That's what I said. Like, I guess that they say they say that they like channel from different things, um, like books or songs, shells. What else have I seen? I'm trying to remember. Like, I know for me, I guess if I channel from anything, ironically, I feel like it's from YouTube. There'll be videos that'll come up, and like what immediately will grab my attention are the titles. And there, I can't tell you too many times to count. I can't tell you how many times I would go and start watching, and based on, if it's at the end of the day. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, what was that? Me who else? Clairvoyant. Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't remember the name. So if that's the one I was referring to, thank you for the clarification. But yeah, with the you back to the YouTube videos, like I feel like I channel from that, or I get messages or downloads through that, just because a lot of the times the way that the string of videos and like every title will somehow correlate to what I've either experienced today, or something that was on my mind. And I'll just go on there, and it's like, for instance, if I'm like, dang, like, um, or like with the gang stalking stuff, and then I'll go on there and I'll see video titles, yeah, they getting their karma right now, or they or what is it? I'm trying to think of one specifically, because I was like freaking. I was like, wait a minute, that's way too specific. How do you know this information? I have not said this to anyone. But yeah, I think that's why I spend so much time in my personal time on YouTube. It's not because I'm bored, but it's because I feel, I don't know, like I feel like I'm being given information. I'm being given downloads, if you will, through it. And I never saw it like that in the beginning, but now how I feel, I definitely feel like, no, I'm being spoken to through these video titles, videos, whatever. Um, and I don't know, like, it's like I said before, like it's something that helps keep me sane. I oftentimes listen to like spiritualists and or fellow stalking community members, or community members. I'm sorry, fellow TI community members who are just sharing their stories, and or chosen YouTubers who are still similarly talking about everything that I talk about and or experience. And I really, really enjoy listening to other people's perspectives about things. For one, it helps me know that I'm not alone. it also helps me to know that I'm not nutsy cuckoo, because yeah, there's been a couple times throughout this journey where I've even gaslit myself, like, okay, Ashley, you just bugging, you just trying to see the worst in everybody, which is not me at all, because I've never been the type of person to like to assume the worst out of everyone. Um, but now, like, I'm like, I have just come to the realization that whenever someone can be in a butthole, they're going to be a butthole. So that's why I no longer get shocked by the weird behavior anymore, because I just see it for what it is, not what I want it to be anymore. Whereas the old me just couldn't let go of that. I just wanted to hold on to that notion that, oh, everybody's good and everybody is inherently nice and nah, 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 nah. But that's not the case. There are literally some seeds of Satan that's running around, and that's their job, to be the fruit of their father, like that. And then there's some seeds of the Most High, some gods and goddesses walking this plane that's meant to be the seed of their father. Like, it's just what it is. It really does just break down to righteous, unrighteous at the end of the day. That's it. Thank you so much for being honest about this. So many are where we were thinking we were the problem because they told us that all. Yes. And I don't want anybody to embody that. If you are listening to me under the sound of my voice right now, baby, you are not the problem. You are not. If you've been experiencing people coming at you sideways and talking to you all crazy, and all you've done was try to help and be kind and all, and people still hate your guts, it ain't you. It's them. But that's how sick of a world we live in, that people like that will get celebrated and elevated and patted on the back for being evil, basically. But you being a quote unquote good person, you're getting crapped on. It literally is like, what's up is down, what's down is up. It's just uncanny times that we are living through. And if you are still surrounded by low vibrational folks or people who are still operating on this 3D realm, they will gaslight you. They will make you feel like, yeah, you're just nuts. I didn't see that person with the dog cut you up. Girl, you just making that up. Ain't nobody spitting your food, girl. Why you always think like, no, they really will, whether they're consciously aware or not, that they're affirming that, they will. It's just the truth. Substance, girl, well, I don't want to assume. I don't know you, girl, boy, etc. But insane spirit, like, I'm so sorry you went through that. That's terrible. People putting substances, people food, put me on the mark. Oh, geez. Well, I hope they get exactly what's coming to them, because that's terrible. That's not cool. But it's all good. Okay. All right. I'm trying to be respectful. That's the least I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be respectful. Whether I understand or understand or not, I'm gonna just be respectful. Best I can. Baby guy, you ain't lying. That's what helps pull me through. Like, at the end of the day, I keep looking around like, okay, I'm good. I'm safe. I'm untouched. My husband's untouched. My children are untouched. We good. Like, we gonna get through this. Yeah, we might have our mental days, and that's why I love that my husband and I have cultivated a environment where both of our boys know that they can just be who they're being. If they need to cry it out, they can cry it out. They ain't gonna get no, oh, you need to toughen up and be a man, and all. They don't get that from us. Like, we love our boys. We let them be themselves. And I will say both my children have always been more so sensitive to negative people energies and stuff like that. So I protect them the way that I do for that reason. My boys have gone through stuff that they shouldn't have had to go through. Fucking grown people coming at them sideways, putting their hands on them and stuff. Like, boy, I'm saying I could tell y'all some stories, but I intend to, throughout the channel. Trust me, I can't put everything in this live, because we'd be here all night. This would be a 24-hour session. And that's okay. Like, don't beat yourself up about it because, baby, trust me, me and my husband made mistakes too, with our boys. Like, this stuff didn't just happen overnight. Like, it was a transcendence. Of course, it got much easier once my husband and I both, became enlightened, became aware or whatever. But, that's what I'm saying. We made up for it. I like to believe. Shoot, I'm always asking my kids, like, hey, how y'all feel about it? We love y'all. Like, you can shoot, I can't keep them off me. Like, they always trying to be in my energy. Shoot, even when I started live, my little youngest was up here trying to jump in. I'm like, no, no, stay back. But my kids or my children, they love to be, with their parents. Like, even them being they big age. Because like I said, I got a teen and a preteen, but we all love being around each other. And there's days, yeah, we have our days just like anybody else. But I don't know. I just feel like our family, we don't really be beefing about a whole lot. Like, we're not perfect, but we definitely argue a lot less than I feel like, I guess, the average family. I don't know. I don't really compare myself or my family to anybody else's family because I don't see that far past what I got going on. Use the tools you have. Are we better today than yesterday? That's the thing. Yep. My son is grown and got a good woman, and he is so good to me. Oh, that's awesome. That's great. All stereotypical accepting stuff is be it. Yes. We gotta break those stigmas. Stop just blindly accepting what society tell you should be doing and who you should be and where you should be at this time and what you should have at this age. Let that ish go. I promise you, you let that stuff go, the freer you'll feel, the better you'll feel. Nobody has a right to tell you how to live your life. We are all beings that have free will. You should be able to live your life. Of course, not going through wrecking other people's lives. That ain't what I'm talking about. But I'm saying, you should be able to live your life as you choose. Yep, breaking family curses, stigmas are very important. And I really do feel like um a lot of these people who, like myself, have endured such torment and torture stuff is because we weren't supposed to be here to be the victors. Finally, we were supposed to be the sacrificial lambs, if you will, for a lot of the bull stuff that our families have done probably to other people or other people's ancestors or whatever. And we were supposed to be the sacrifice, so to speak, but we didn't. I'm not saying that, we may not have put in situations that uh put us or lined us up for it, but it didn't prosper. Like, for me, for example, I look at me getting cancer as the hit for me. Um Even though at that time I wasn't tapped in, I wasn't spiritual. I was still in religion. But now looking back, I see it as like, nope, all of that was intentional. All of that worked out the way that it did for a reason. One of my finer confirmations with that was the fact that I didn't know, like, of course, how would I know? But I didn't know, like, with going through cancer, that especially at the young age that I was, that it pretty much eliminated chance of being able to have children. But seeing as, I was a teen mom, I had already had my children earlier on. And basically I took that as a blessing because I'm like, could you imagine if I wouldn't have like started my little family beforehand and then went through that? I don't think I would have I don't think I would have been okay with that because I always wanted children. So I always took that to mean, after, assessing everything, like, dang, God really ran ahead of me and worked everything out, even though this was stuff, as far as being a teen parent and, all that stuff that, oh, that's frowned upon. You should wait till marriage, blah, 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 blah. But I do feel like sometimes people do the wrong things for the right reasons. And even when I didn't realize it, I look at that as like that was supposed to happen because the Most High already knew that I was going to encounter that roadblock, or at least that's how I take it, or took it. Yes. I don't know, Carmen Darn, you new here? You new here? You just be popping in and out? Cause I definitely, I believe I have addressed my cancer. Or you know what? I'm sorry, no, I haven't. It's actually on my to-do list. One of my other series that I'm working on. But yeah, I guess cat's out the bag now. Yes. Um I was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer. What was that? 2015. What was that? November? Yeah, November of 2015. Yeah. And yes, I did survive. Here I am. Hi. Ooh, oh, I can't wait to tell y'all a story about that. Your girl didn't even know her stage. I didn't find out my stage until 20 into 2023. For real, if I'm being honest, because I was lied to the whole time. But yeah, but see, I'm talking too much. I'm gonna put it in a series. Don't worry, it's coming. It's coming. Yeah, funny story about that boy. Is That's what I'm telling y'all. I've been dealing with everybody coming in, medical professionals, doctors. Mm, mm. I've said too much. I've said too much in this live. YouTube don't censor me because when certain communities want to get they feathers all ruffled up when you shed spotlight on their shortcomings. So, oh my goodness. Yes, I am a thriver. Absolutely. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, I did post that 9 years cancer free as of this, or no, last year. Excuse me. Working on year 10 this year. Ooh. Shoot, sending hugs right back to you. That in the same breath. Yep. Know what I'm saying? You just got to change your perspective about things. And that's where I am now. Otherwise, shoot, I've probably been in a mental asylum somewhere or jail cell. uh, yeah, y'all, shoot, yeah, y'all stop talking to me. Shoot, y'all keep distracted out of here. And I'm sure y'all got things to do too. Oh, don't cry. Karma, don't cry. Don't shed no tears. And if they are tears, I hope they're happy tears. Don't cry. It's all right. Now that's what I'm telling you. Like, boy, I still haven't told y'all the half of what I've experienced. I experienced a lot of crazy stuff. A lot of crazy stuff in my younger years, especially. Even well, now I feel like life is kind of trying to calm down outside of the gang stalking stuff, because you know what they say: new levels, new devils. So there's that. I swear, my family and I, we stay going through these seasons. We'll have like a little bit of just peace and quiet and everything's good, and then just a whole big season of just craziness. But it's all good. Like we know the game now, so I'm saying that's why each and every one of us we just lock in even tighter with each other. All same to you. Again, hey, see, you doing too much, you go make me cry. Because I swear to you, I'm just being me. Like, this is me. This isn't I don't turn this on for YouTube, whatever. Like, I swear to God, or I promise, excuse me, I promise you, If y'all could talk to my husband and my two boys, they tell you, oh yeah, she like this all the time. And when I'm not like this, I'm just quiet, introspective Ashley. And there is no in between. I'm either super hyper and oh yeah. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I've been bubbling over since 2025 rolled in. I don't know, it's just the energy. Oh, hey. How long you been there? War Gamer Ape? But yeah, I am a peculiar individual. That's why I keep saying I'm an enigma. You can't figure me out. I'm just one of those super complex Rubik's cubes. Every time you think you got me, got the colors lined up, then new color just pop out of nowhere. You're like, wait, where the frick did that come from? Like, and I am finally in a place where I love myself unconditionally without other people's expectations and judgments, all that stuff aside. I don't judge myself or I don't value myself based on other people's assessment of me because I recognize that oftentimes it's a reflection of them and or what they lack, not me. Oh, not long? Okay. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Well, I know I done said this for like the fourth or fifth time, but I'm going to get off of here. All right. We about to be pushing what 2 freaking hours. Like what? Where they do that at? I don't lie. Shoot, I feel like this is a record breaking live for me. All because of some foolishness. That's what I'm saying. See, you see how the Most High work? Cause them people did what they did. Here I am. Had another successful live. Everything they try to do for bad, it worked for good every time. In my favor every time. And it's like I don't know how many times they gonna have to get that beaten until they recognize like yeah you can't hurt her like she. And even if you think you getting the best of her, you really not because what they fail to realize is I'm already 20 steps ahead of them. They just catching up is what it is. That's what I said. Boy, let me figure out a loophole to this internet stuff where I can make sure that people ain't up here tampering with my stuff. It's gonna be over for them. You do your stuff. You good. Thanks so much for letting me take over the chat, y'all. Well, shoot, look, from my PO, like I told y'all, my count and every time I do my lives, I don't know if this is normal or not. But for me, like in this moment, it's showing that there's 6 people in here. I don't really know if that's the truth because my moderator, now he done showed up. I know for them it'd be displaying different numbers too. So again, I don't know if this is normal. I don't know if that's really all that's in here, but even if it is, we lit to say it's 6 of us. I don't care. Um, and even if that isn't the case, that's why I was saying, if y'all are commenting or if y'all are here, comment or whatever. But from Karma Dharma, besides you, I've only seen I think like maybe 4 other people comment. But I do recognize it might just be people who are popping in and out. So, but I have primarily seen your messages being pushed through or your comments, excuse me. So if anyone else has been commenting, please know I'm not ignoring you or nothing like that. Like I literally just haven't either been able to see it or it's not showing up for me. And I really don't know what to do with that because like I said, lives are still new to me. So I'm still figuring that stuff out. Playing with the buttons, nothing bad though. Wait, you can do that? I didn't know other commenters can I guess patrol or not patrol, but can moderate. I'm saying, see, this is all news to me. Or shoot, I might, if you're open to that, shoot, I might have to just go ahead and let you be a moderator. Wasn't that? Oh my gosh. Yep. Look, it's that time of the evening where I know it's time to go. Sun up here doing dances in the hallway. I'm gonna go and get some food in my system. Shoot, I hope you all have a good evening if you're where the sun is setting. I know various different people from different countries watch, which shout out to y'all. Um, but I'm gonna go on and get this food together and hopefully be able to finish up what I was working on before I was rudely interrupted. And yeah, I'm just get out of here. Hopefully I'll be able to well I actually do have another live pre-planned again, or not pre-planned. That was actually supposed to be the live for this week, but I guess y'all just getting spoiled this week. So um just keep a lookout. I do have another live coming that was planned. And I hope to be able to talk to you all soon. Until then, see you.